Welcome to Council Connection. I'm Kim Baxter, Mayor and Durango City Councilor. This program is designed to give you a snapshot of happenings at the most recent Durango City Council meeting. This time we look at the June 1st meeting. Public participation at the start of this meeting came from a number of individuals advocating for city assistance in the purchase of the Riverview manufactured home community on Animas View Drive. That was the subject of a conversation later in the meeting. More on that coming up later. Our first presentation concerned the new Animas High School, set to be built on the campus of Fort Lewis College. We got a look at the design for the school, which will be on the southeast corner of the campus.
Our students will no longer have to go between buildings, which for a lot of safety reasons and also just weather reasons will be phenomenal, that our students can actually be in covered spaces permanently for the 8 hours that they are at school. We will have a couple outdoor patios for our students to do some outdoor work. We will have enough parking, which again, if you're familiar with our school, our students currently park in a dirt parking lot about a quarter mile away and walk up a trail, and now they will just be able to get out of their cars and walk to our school. They'll be able to take the T, since it stops up at the fort. Durango 9R will be continuing to provide transportation, and as everyone's familiar in Durango, there are lots of trails for our students to bike and walk in order to get up this campus. So our accessibility will be much improved by being up at this new campus. And as you can see, it's a much more beautiful setting, and it allows us to do a lot of collaboration with Fort Lewis College.
Ground is expected to be broken on the new school this summer, with classes starting in the fall of 2022. During the consent agenda, we approved a resolution supporting the long-term lease between FLC and Animas High School for the new school site. We also heard a presentation from our finance director on financial recommendations from the Strategy and Long-Term Finance Advisory Board on general fund and budget policies.
What are the acceptable uses? In this recommendation from SALFAB, it would be able to be used only for these three items, and that is a severe economic downturn, infrastructure failures, or natural disasters. And it further defines the severe economic downturn as if our revenues drop by 2%, or if it exceeds a drop of 2%.
Some suggested changes in the policies were proposed by Council, which we will revisit at a later meeting. Our only legislative public hearing concerned a request for an easement from Vero Fiber Networks to install cables beneath Chapman Hill. It was approved. We then continued our discussion from the May 18th meeting about using $500,000 in city fair share program in lieu fees and a like amount from the Homes Fund to finance $1 million of the estimated $14 million purchase price of the Riverview manufactured home community on Animas View Drive.
It isn't about a loan. It would be about the city passing through dollars to Homes Fund maybe a little sooner than we would have otherwise. Because since the dollars go to Homes Fund under any circumstances, the way we set up the professional services agreement, last year we modified it a little bit so that they would only ask for funds when they needed it for loan or for mortgage assistance loans. And otherwise the city would hold the funds in abeyance until they needed it. Well, so in this case, what we envision is we have a fund balance. Some of it's already with Homes Fund, some is in the city's coffers, where we would just essentially forward them additional revenue and give them a one-time expanded use, fees in lieu, for them to work with the Animas View Mobile Home Park.
The majority of councilors were excited about the opportunity to support attainable housing in our community. The measure was approved 4-1 with Councilor Bosman's dissenting. Here are some reminders about upcoming events. The Durango Public Library's summer reading programs return June 8th to July 31st. There are programs for grade schoolers, high schoolers, and adults. Visit durangogov.org/library to find out how you can get involved and win prizes. I'd like to remind you that the speed limit on Main Avenue along the 500 to 1200 blocks has been reduced to 15 miles per hour. This is to enhance safety around the bump outs, which will be in place until October 31st. And wildfire mitigation work is getting underway soon in Overend Mountain Park, Dalla Mountain Park, and Horse Gulch. Private landowners adjacent to city areas should also do mitigation on their property and can take advantage of a chipper rebate from Wildfire Adapted. Find out more at durangogov.org/fire mitigation and wildfireadapted.org. Our next study session will be Tuesday, June 8th at 4 p.m. Our next regular City Council meeting is Tuesday, June 15th at 6:30 p.m. Agendas for meetings are posted at durangogov.org/meetings. And that's Council Connection for the June 1st Durango City Council meeting. I'm City Councilor and Mayor Kim Baxter. Thanks for joining us, and remember you can always contact your city councilors via email at citycouncil@durangogov.org.